Hi everyone, because I guess I've had a few views on videos, so I guess it's not just me anymore. I'm back on Monday to do my expenses from Monday through Sunday. So as of yesterday. And there's a couple more this week. So I am on the same paper as last week. I do have full disclosure. I have two pieces of paper, and one I write a bunch of notes on, and the other one I don't, because not everything needs to be put on the internet. So I didn't realize which paper I was writing on when I started recording these on Tuesday. And so I accidentally wrote them on these ones. So I'll just continue on this paper that does not have all my annotations on it like the other paper does. And we'll just get through this whole week. So on Monday, we did go to the store, mostly for groceries, which almost completely finishes out August. I did go yesterday, and that'll be end up at the bottom of this page. Did go yesterday and get a few more things, but this finished off like our main meals for this week, the last week of August. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's the last week of August, and it's officially September in 1 week, and yay for the upcoming long weekend. So that finished off, and it was just like chicken and fish and veggies and pitas, because I've been really loving stuffed pitas right now, and I think they're wonderful and amazing and delicious. So I got that's tomorrow's dinner. Yes, tonight is honey mustard chicken. Tomorrow is stuffed pitas. Very excited. And then cat food, because of course we ran out of cat food. And then Tuesday, our main car insurance, which has like the full coverage on a couple of our cars, which I'm keeping, even though we paid off the car in July. I'm keeping the full coverage and everything on our Subaru, because it transports all of our children all the time. So a lot of our other cars are one-off things. Our race cars, even though we're not racing this season, have just like liability insurance on them. But like the family car has full coverage and everything covered and everything. So while $288 might seem like a lot for car insurance, it does cover a number of cars and does full coverage for 2 of them. Yes, 2 of them have full coverage. The other ones have like liability. So we did. Oh yes, I think I mentioned this last week that we pay school fees every year, and it includes there's a base school fee, and then there's like technology fees and sports fees and stuff on top of it. The check did finally clear, so I can actually remember how much it was for, and for both of our older kids it was $305, which is a lot. I think they have stuff, waivers or something, for lower income, because that $300 could, I mean, even to me a couple of years ago was a lot. And I am extremely grateful and blessed that I can just write the check for it now, but that was not the case even that long ago. And as per usual, we needed to put gas in the car. I said last time I didn't know what car this was for, based on the fact that it's a rounded number, because my not real OCD, that I call OCD, really likes rounded off numbers, means that I filled it up, and I really only drive the one car. So it was me. I filled that one up. But it's not, we fill it up, it looks like once a week, because it's the one that does all of the driving around. It goes everywhere, because it fits all the kids in it, unlike our little 2-seater cars. So that got filled up again. I'm maybe we'll fill up one more time this month. maybe. And I think my husband said he needs to put gas in one of the cars to get back and forth from work this week. So we'll see where that lands out, and I'm going to need that to land out somewhere, because at the end, when I get through this week, if I can make it through, I will say where our categories are, and full honestly, some of them are over. And that's just, so things are going to get shifted around slightly, and I think gas is going to be one that I'm pulling a little bit from. With the start of school comes lunches again. And there was this one I wasn't quite sure what was happening with. Because my card that was on file expired. And so I needed to reset up the auto pay for that one. So that somehow that actually made it a little bit cheaper, because I did it directly through our bank account versus through a card. So it made it slightly cheaper than the, I think $53.50 it was going to be through a debit card. And I just didn't want to go through the hassle of dealing with an expired card again. Really, that's really all I cared about. Of course, our very boring internet paid. I have no idea if $108 is a lot for internet. My husband games and does stuff, and I work from home, so we have to have a good, fast, reliable internet. So I'm happy to pay $108 and be able to work from home and get to do all that and be there for my kids and take them to appointments. And Friday, I ended up taking off of work because there was no teachers for my toddler's classroom, and so me and my toddler hung out during the day, and it was really cool to just be able to do that. I could have not taken the whole day off, and my husband was home working from home that day too, but I thought it'd be a really fun time to spend with a toddler. I can not really write and talk at the same time. So I did one extra payment last week for my husband's student loans, and this week I did another $600 payment. So the one loan's completely paid off. The second loan is paid off. It's got like a $20 balance on it after interest. This should have paid it off, but interest is annoying as all heck. So it didn't fully pay it off, which is just great. It's whatever. It'll get paid off next month. We've been doing our September budget already, and I'll do that video on Friday. Yeah, I think I'm doing that video Friday. And so September budget's already kind of got worked out. Just need to review it and make sure that we're not missing anything activity-wise or anything. And that one will definitely finish paying off loan number 2 and hopefully his third student loan, so that all those will be gone. We did go and my husband got some refill on some meds that he takes periodically. So less than $5. It doesn't even, we'll see how this goes. Medical is all changing where we go. We went out of network and now we're going to go back into network, and it's this whole big thing. So medical is always a little iffy, and I have no idea what's going on with it. Just because we have all of our visits all the time with doctor's appointments and everything. And I say this all the time, I need to go through our streaming services and see what in the world I'm paying for and what we actually use. It's an ongoing battle. It really is. There's just stuff, one kid likes one show on Netflix and the other kid likes one show on Hulu and one show on Max, and this one I need to check again because I swear, yeah, last week I said I needed to check because it didn't pay my toddlers, and this week again, only my infants. And I think I did go through the billing, and I don't know what happened. I gotta contact our person at the daycare who does all the billing stuff. And they're going through a transition. They're partnering with another company, and they're very excited about it. So I'm gonna be excited about it because they're all excited about it. So they're partnering with this new nonprofit, I think, that helps with scheduling and hiring and making sure that the teachers and everybody has what they need to give the best care to our kids, and we absolutely love that. So they're going through that transition right now, partnering with them. I cannot spell to save my life, I swear. Oh, this was the rest of this was the rest of the that makes way more sense. I was like, I can't believe that it was only $84. This is this week's meals. That's what that is. That makes way more sense that I got fish and chicken and ground beef and veggies, and I don't feel like I got a ton of stuff, but $185 later, and I should be able to finish feeding my family for this week with maybe the occasional veggie in there. I don't like getting a whole week's worth of veggies because then by the time I actually get to them, they're not as fresh and as crisp and high quality anymore. So I did do, this is what sent me over in a bunch of things. I did a Sam's Club order because I needed to, kind of. Did I really need to? No. I do know that we were starting to get lower, and I'm doing this here only because I'm gonna, on my cheat sheet that I did, I wrote 2 down at the bottom. So the 2 that didn't have really categories, I'm writing in the side and breaking them down. We were starting to get low on formula, and we only have a couple of packs of wipes left, so I decided to get formula for our house, and because I know the daycare is going to need some. If we're running low, usually means the daycare is running low. What I really needed, and what prompted this, was laundry detergent. That's really what prompted this. And I figured, well, while I'm doing an order, I'm getting this all shipped out anyways, I might as well get the formula, the wipes, and I could have gone another 2 weeks probably. Coffee. Jeez, I forgot the word coffee for a second. For coffee, but I have a little coffee corner with the Keurig that we have, and we have a drawer, and it's where our K-cups are kind of stocked, and I restocked it and finished off this huge box of like 100 K-cups of my coffee that I've been having for months. And the box was empty, and I was like, well, I'm eventually gonna need more, and now the drawer is half empty. Or the one, there's also hot chocolate and tea in there for my kids. And then my one line of coffees. And that's like halfway gone now. So it might have lasted me 2 weeks. Maybe, depending on how many times I decide to double up on my coffee. I normally only have one. Normally I only have one in the morning. We've had some rough nights. And I'm still debating a second cup today. So we'll see how that goes. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be good and not to. Weekends, oh. What is it with weekends? Weekends are just... So, I'm labeling this under dates only because it was just my husband and I. Well, okay, we had the 2 babies, but it was just my husband and I ordering. And I just shared with our toddler. Because the other 2 were gone. 9-year-old had a sleepover. The oldest one was over at a friend's house. Of course, she ends up coming home right when we got home with food. Did not expect her to come home. So I put it under dates just because it was just the 2 of us. Explain to me how in the world 2 of us eating at McDonald's still costs almost $20. I know. I thought McDonald's used to be cheap. So this is going under other. I completely apparently forgot about tolls, and then fees got added, so a like $10 toll turned into $31, just because of fees, because I was silly, and we'll just call it stupid tax, and forgot about it. And so then a bunch of stuff was added, so that's going to come out of others. And the other thing we did, we went to Walmart yesterday. How much was that? That was $122 at Walmart. I went into Walmart for 2 things. 2. I came out with a lot more than 2 things. I went in for milk and butter. Just milk and butter. That's it. That should not have cost that much. It did. Okay, I cannot spell. I think I spelled groceries different every single time. And just... Did milk and butter actually cost me $20 itself? No. But the like $10 of taxes that is part of this needs to get shuffled different places. And so I do a general rounding for each category and choose one that has all the extra cents and stuff in it. Oh, I know why. Okay, so we went in for milk and butter because we were out. And my family cannot last without it. We go through milk all the time. But while we were there, we had to pass by the toddler section to get to milk and butter, which is, of course, all the way at the back of the store. And we're like, oh, it's starting to be colder. I think today is like 67. It's starting to be colder out, and neither of these babies have pants. So we stopped and we got some pants for them. So that's going to come out of clothing. And it was $33.47. So that's the one that has, because I've been building up our clothing category for a couple months. It's one that just, I put in some money every month. We don't buy clothes every month, but it's just builds up so that when we do end up buying clothes, which always ends up costing more. Ooh. Sorry for the lighting changes. That one always ends up clothing always costs more, and it's just easier to put $25-50 a month into a clothing budget so that when we all end up needing pants all at the same time, and pants are $50 a piece, we have all the money there. I'm actually gonna have the right number of slots. Okay, this is awesome. We did also, I don't know how we did this. We counted, I swear, last week we counted how many bottles, which was 8, which was already low. And then this weekend, we're like, I can only find 5. No idea where the other ones went. So we went and we bought more. And now that we bought more, we will find them. We will find the rest of them. I have no idea. We looked everywhere, underneath couches, in our diaper bag, in our cars. I have no idea where where these bottles went. They're gone. Cannot find them for the life of us. So we just went and we just bought more because we needed them. And only having 1 day supply of bottles is just not good enough. And then, what was this? This was some hose connector thing that my husband wanted. And something else. You know, I cannot remember what the other thing was. But that was $20 in home projects. And then my kids needed brushes. And I mean, like, just hairbrushes. My daughters did each, while we were there, they each got their own thing. My 9-year-old, they brought their own wallets. My 9-year-old really wanted this dress. I think she has plenty of clothes, especially dresses. She really wanted it. She paid for it with her own money. And then my teenager wanted some makeup-y Claire, I don't even know. It was in a little bottle. It was clear. It was from the makeup section. She wanted it. She paid for it herself. So they both each got their own thing, which I thought it was great. Our 9-year-old was looking at clothes. She loves clothes. We call her a fashionista. She's wondrous at it. And she was looking at it. She's like, I found this dress. It's like $25. I'm like, you have like $30. Is it worth almost all of the money that you have? And she's like, well, no. She did then go find a different dress, which was cheaper, and paid for it herself. But I was like, I'm not looking at this dress. I'm not giving you my opinion on this dress. It's your dress and it's your money. Is it worth all of your money? And it was awesome that she said no, and she went and she found a cheaper dress that she loves, and she's wearing it today, and she's super excited. So this worked out perfectly, the number of lines that I had, which means next week I'll just have to do a blank one of these. Significant amount of money. I'm not even adding up how much all of this is. I'm not gonna do it. What I will do though is we'll go over, and I just write on the back of this because I can see the lines through it. I will go over where all of these different categories are, and some of them are negative, which sucks, and I'll have to move money from that is excess in some, like gas, over to cover the overages. Maybe that's right. Who knows if that one's right. So I'm gonna like star ones that are over, and I just happen, it's frustrating. It is. Paying $12 over budget in groceries. We are somehow under in eating out, and I think partly that is because we were gone for the very first part of the month, on a vacation, my parents' anniversary, and they wanted everybody to be together. Ooh, there we go. So we were gone on vacation for that. So I think that all got put into its own separate vacation category, so it didn't blow up, right? Our eating out and our others, and because we went to like museums, and I mean, we weren't home, so we were eating out and all this stuff. So that went over to its own category, so it didn't blow up everything else. What do we still have in home projects? Because this rolls over because we are planning on painting the kitchen, the kitchen walls, or maybe just the kitchen cabinets in September. So this will roll over and help us pay for paint, hopefully. But that is partly why my husband was very involved in the September budget, because we do have these projects planned, and quite honestly, I don't know what some of this stuff would cost. So he really helps out on that. Dates I had overfunded this month, in the hopes of going on a date this month. It doesn't look like we're going to go on a date this month. But that'll be funded for when we do decide to do that. So far, I don't know what this $19 for streaming is going to be. I mean, I could look back and see. I don't know what we still need to pay. It'll get figured out. It'll be fine. Household is also over. I don't think I anticipated buying cat food again, but I think I was already slightly over before I did that. See, stuff just needs to get moved slightly. And then you have like gas, which I still have $105 in. So like 50 of that might get brought out. Baby went way over, and that is partly because I didn't have to buy 2 things of formula and wipes from Sam's Club this week, and I did. So that one went significantly more over. $67. So I calculated this. I forget what it was. It was like just over 100 or bucks over on these 3 categories. These are the only 3 that I'm over on. As long as nothing else happens this week. So far, I really hope nothing else happens this week. See, other still has $23 in it. Although, I will say, that is gone, along with kids. As of, like 2 hours ago, I did pull money out. I keep a stash of $5 bills. Not very much. For the kids' allowance when they actually do their chores. That stash had run out. So I replenished it by pulling money out this afternoon. And that came out of other and kids. So those are not available to help me fund these overages. School stuff. This is new. We're going to need to figure this out because this is going to cover not just school supplies at the beginning of the year, but also field trips and fundraisers. And I already know, I got the email this weekend. The band fundraiser is about to kick off where they sell flowers. So we usually do something. And special events still has $22 in it, and that will just roll forward. What's the next one? It's Halloween. I know Labor Day is Monday. Halloween would be the next one, wouldn't it? So that'll get some stuff put in it. I don't think we have any. No, we have my mother-in-law's birthday. Yes, we have my mother-in-law's birthday and then Halloween. So that'll fund a present for my mother-in-law for her birthday, and then any little Halloween costume things. It'll fund, oh, what is it? Valentine's Day, Easter, Thanksgiving. It's not gonna fund Thanksgiving. We usually, my husband's work gives out turkeys. So that takes care of that for us. And then we just do a little thing. My family's kind of spread out everywhere. And for my husband, it's kind of just his mom and stepdad. So we don't have any big things. But I'll figure this out. Maybe I will take a little bit from dates and a little bit from gas. And spread that out over groceries, household, and baby. And it'll balance out, and as long as nothing crazy happens this week. That's the goal. We should have all the groceries to feed us this week. We can go out one more time. Streaming is just going to come out whenever. School stuff should be done. I did check with my kids while we were at Walmart and make sure that there was nothing, now that we're 2 weeks into school, there was nothing else that they needed school supply wise. Now that we're starting to get into it. So this week, hopefully this week will kind of just be if the car needs gas. Actually, yeah, no, maybe eating out one more time and maybe the car needing gas. And hopefully that is it. Here's hoping to be able to finish out August. Oh my gosh, it's the end of August. And then Friday I'll do our September budget, and then maybe I will do August, you know, what was budgeted and then what we actually spent and how the different categories changed a little bit to cover those overages. We'll see. I'm still figuring this out and what I want to do and how this all works. So we'll see where we go from there. But I will definitely do September's budget on Friday. Yes. Thank you for being here, I guess. Or if I'm talking to myself still, that works too. And I hope you all have a great week and end to your August. Bye.